Very good morning, everyone. And today, let me ask you something personal. And I want you to sit with this honestly. Have you ever felt deeply hurt by someone, a spouse, a child, a close friend, a colleague? And when they asked you what's wrong, you said, "Oh, nothing. You should know. You should know." Three words that have quietly ended more conversations, created more distance, and caused more heartache than almost any argument ever could. Because embedded in those three words is an assumption so natural, so deeply human that we rarely question it. The assumption that the people who love us can read our minds. And when they can't, when they inevitably miss what we never said, we don't think, oh, I forgot to mention it. We think they don't care enough. Or worse, they never really knew me at all. और बीवियां तो अक्सर कहती हैं husbands को ये लगता है. So today we are going to look at one of the most common, most quietly destructive patterns in human relationships. Something that affects every single person in this room, in every relationship that matters to you. And we are going to talk about hidden expectations. So let's begin with a line that is so simple, it might sting just a little. Many disappointments come from expectations that were never communicated. So let me say that again. Many disappointments come from expectations that were never communicated. Yes, never communicated. Not broken promises, not betrayal, not even neglect, just silence. An expectation that lived entirely in one's mind and fully formed, completely real to them, and utterly invisible to everyone else. And then, when it isn't met, it feels like abandonment, like being unloved, like proof that the relationship is broken, when really the only thing that was missing was a conversation. Yes. And here is an image that I want you to hold. Imagine you hand someone a set of car keys and say, drive to my house. But you never give them the address. No map, no landmark, no direction. And then when they don't arrive, you feel hurt, forgotten, unimportant. And now that sounds almost absurd when we describe it like that, doesn't it? Of course, they can't find the house. You never told them where it was. And yet, this is exactly what we do in our closest relationships every single day. We carry a map of our needs, our hopes, our expectations, detailed, specific, emotionally significant, and we hand it to no one. We assume the people who love us will simply find their way. And when they take a wrong turn, we don't think I should have shared the map. We think they didn't try hard enough. Hidden expectations are maps we never share, and then blame others for not following. So let me make this very real. And let's talk about the working women first. You had an absolutely punishing week, let's say. Presentation, client calls, a difficult review, and somehow you also managed to organize your child's school project and remember everyone's lunch preferences. It's Friday evening, and all you want, the one thing you are quietly, desperately hoping for, is for your husband to notice how tired you look and say, let's order food tonight. You rest. He doesn't say it. He comes home, sits down, asks what's for dinner, and something inside you snaps. But here's the honest question. Did you tell him you were exhausted? Did you say, I really need tonight off? Or did you expect him to read the exhaustion in your face, connect the dots from your week, and arrive at exactly the right response? Now, he's not insensitive, he's just not psychic. And there is a difference. For the homemakers, this one might feel a little close to home. You've spent the entire day cooking something special, not just any meal, his favorite, the one that takes 3 hours. You did it quietly, lovingly, hoping he would walk in, take one breath, and say something that made it feel worth it. He walks in, he's on his phone, he sits down, eats, says it's good, and goes back to the TV. And you say nothing. But inside, you are devastated. And now, did you tell him this meal was special? Did you say, I made this for you today? I would love for us to sit together? Or did you expect the effort itself to communicate everything and hope he would receive it the way you intended it? The meal was an act of love, but the expectation around it was invisible. And invisible expectations set us up for invisible disappointments. And for the men, think about a time you worked extremely hard, put in extra hours, handled something difficult, came home feeling like you're genuinely given everything. And all you quietly hoped for was a moment of acknowledgement. Not a party, not a speech, just someone noticing. Someone saying, I see how hard you're working. And nobody said it. And you felt overlooked, maybe even resentful. But did you say, I'm really struggling this week? I could use some encouragement, or did you carry it silently, hoping it would somehow be seen? Because here is the truth that applies to all of us, regardless of age or role. We cannot expect others to meet needs we have never expressed, and we cannot blame them for missing what we never showed them. So, what do we do? Why do we hide our expectations even from people we love? Because expressing a need feels vulnerable. It feels like admitting you need something, and that feels to many of us like weakness. We think if they really loved me, they would just know. And if love should come with telepathy, it doesn't. Love comes with presence, effort, and goodwill. Telepathy is extra. The truth is, healthy relationships are not built on mind reading. They're built on honest, respectful communication. The problem that tears relationships apart are rarely dramatic. They are quiet. They are the accumulated weight of things never said, needs never voiced, and expectations never shared. So ask yourself this, and I mean really ask, what expectations have I never clearly expressed? Maybe it's with your spouse, maybe it's with your children, maybe it's with a colleague or a friend, or maybe it's something small that has quietly grown into a large resentment. Name it. First to yourself, and then respectfully, gently to the person it concerns. Not as an accusation, not as a complaint, but simply as a truth about what you need. And when I work hard, it means a lot to me to feel seen. I need some time to rest this evening. Can we make it easy tonight? Or I made this meal because I wanted us to have a moment together. Can we sit without the phone? Now, these are not demands, they are invitations. And they give the people who love you the chance to actually show up for you instead of failing an exam they didn't know they were taking. So before today ends, I would like you to do something quiet and honest. Find a still moment and after this session or tonight and ask yourself, what is one expectation I've carried silently that I've never actually communicated? And then, not with anger, not with the weight of all the times it wasn't met, simply share it. One sentence, one person. You'll be surprised how quickly the distance closes when the map is finally shared. So let me leave you with this today. The people in your life, your spouse, your children, your colleagues, your friends, most of them are not failing you out of indifference. They're navigating in the dark, trying their best, doing what makes sense to them with the information they have. And you are the only one who holds the map to your own heart. The most loving thing you can do for yourself and for them is to share it and to say, here is what I need, here is what matters to me, and here is how you can reach me. Because real intimacy, the kind that sustains a marriage for 40 years, the kind that keeps friendship alive across decades, the kind that makes a family a home, is not built on assumed understanding. It's built on chosen honesty, the willingness to be known fully, vulnerably, truthfully. And when you choose to speak what you have always expected in silence, you don't just change the conversation, you change the relationship. So here's your call to action today. Share one map, say one true thing, give someone who loves you the chance to find you, because the ones worth keeping, they will. And with that thought, thank you. Thank you, everyone, for joining us today. Thank you.